Hello, dear hearts. Welcome to Connecting to Consciousness, where the focus is to explore, to question, and examine our perspectives. I'm Nasira Waters. Before we get into it, I'd like for you to subscribe, like, and share with anyone who you think may benefit from this journey of curious self discovery. Again, as you view the videos, like and subscribe. I am looking for 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal by the end of October. And as you like and subscribe, YouTube's algorithm will find my videos and share them with others. So I thank you in advance. Let's get into it. What is this inclination that people have with trying to define others and putting them in a box? Why is it that as individuals, we can understand that our situations have context, nuance, and complexities that actually inform even our faulty decision making, but yet we often fail to consider this when it comes to others? Despite it all, the truth is that our worst moments don't define us. What matters is our willingness to learn and grow. Now, some may hold on to the exact past that you've used as fuel to transform your life. In that case, this is their issue and theirs alone. For various reasons, others bound themselves to our past, insisting that we have not changed or desiring that we don't. In this case, this is for them to uncover how and why this need serves them. That applies to all of us. Now, there are many reasons why people engage in trying to define us and put individuals in a box. This supports many aspects of where they may be in their lives. But the reality is it doesn't have to be that way. But before I go into that, I want to share some reasons why people engage in this behavior, which is judgmental behaviors. One, it could be familiar to them. It's comfortable. It's less. They have to put forth less effort than understanding and empathizing. They may also have a fear of vulnerability, confronting their own insecurities, and being judgmental distracts them from that. 3, there may be social and cultural conditioning that actually reinforces judgmental behaviors. 4, there may be a lack of awareness. Sometimes people are not aware that they are being judgmental, and they may not even see it as a problem. And of course, there's a lack of motivation to change if there's no self-awareness. 5, reinforcement may come through social groups. If you're in an environment where being judgmental is, number one, normalized or even rewarded, then you may find connection in being a part of that group. 6, cognitive bias, which can come in the form of confirmation bias, whereas one, it has a judgment about something or someone, and they look for more information to confirm that judgment despite the contradictory evidence against their belief. So these are some reasons why people persist with judgmental behaviors. A few more. 7, there may be a perceived justification based on one's own values, and experiences, and even believing that their moral standard actually justifies being judgmental. 8, resistant to change. When people have deeply ingrained attitudes, it's hard for them to move away from their perceptions. 9, emotional habits. These emotional habits can be range from anger, frustration to resentment, and that makes it harder for people to move away from the cycle of being judgmental. 10, identity and self-image. For some, having a judgmental attitude is tied to their self-image or their identity, and being having this self-image can undermine, or actually not being judgmental can undermine their self-perception. Now, as we move through considering these processes of judgmental behaviors, I've observed that many people are judgmental because they can't or refuse to consider, one, that it's whatever the situation is, it's not their concern. 2, there's context, there's nuance, there are complexities surrounding the situation, and those may be things that you're not informed of. 3, how would you want to be treated or thought of if you were in that situation? Unfortunately, there seems to be an appetite for condemnation, and people become judgmental for the smallest things to the things that they deem most egregious. Of course, there are things that we must judge, and for me, there's a difference between making a sound, reasonable judgment based on facts versus being judgmental, which aligns more with negativity and even ill intent at times. Also, in my observation, we've become so judgmental about things and people without the facts. Whether it's friends, family, strangers, or even entertainers, celebrities, we engage in judgmental behaviors without the facts. Someone once said that they had a right to their negative judgment about someone that they didn't even know. And my question is, how is that useful? How is it helpful? What value does it add? And who does it add value to? Something to consider. Now, as we think about these processes of engaging in judgmental behaviors, we don't have to stay there. We can look at how we can limit our judgmental behaviors. And that involves becoming self-aware, exercising empathy, and a willingness to change. And I'll share a few ways to do that. 1, cultivate self-awareness. Pause when a thought comes that isn't helpful or useful. Attend to it by reflecting on why you have the thought. 2, practice empathy. Seek to understand someone, seek to understand the situation, seek to understand the nuance, the complexities, the context, because everyone has it. 3, challenge your assumptions. Question your initial judgments. Seek to understand, again, the context, and ask yourself, do I have all the information that is required for me to make a fair assessment, if it is your concern? Or am I relying on bias, stereotypes, incomplete or inaccurate data? 4, focus on commonalities that will help you to understand the perspective of the person and build connection versus being judgmental. 5, practice mindfulness. Become more aware of your thoughts and reactions in the moment. Observe your thoughts without immediately reacting, and this can create space for more thoughtful responses. 6, engage in active listening. Listen more than you speak. Pay attention to the person's words, their tone, their body language, so that it can help you understand their perspective and so that you can make better judgments and reduce judgmental behaviors. 7, cultivate curiosity. Expand your willingness to learn about others so that we can dismantle false perspectives, false perceptions, bias, and promote more compassion. 8, practice kindness and compassion. This can shift our mindsets from judgment to support and understanding. 9, seek feedback. Seek it from a trusted friend or mentor so that maybe they can add another perspective, add some insights, and help you to understand your judgmental behaviors and maybe even suggest ways of addressing them. 10, engage in self-reflection. Regularly reflect on your values and how they align with your behaviors. Consider whether your judgments are consistent with the person you aspire to be. 11, set intentions for growth. Be intentional and make a conscious effort to change. And set your personal goals to be less judgmental and celebrate your progress along the way. This journey of self-discovery to limit judgmental behaviors is a process. And it's one that requires being intentional and curious. So, if you are so inclined to continue this journey, I invite you. Let's take this journey together. Until next time, live consciously.